Since lockdown in 2020, times have changed. The world has changed. But what many men don't realize is so have their metabolisms. And this is why they're struggling to lose body fat and build a lean body. Think about it. Your lifestyle changed. You're working from home. Your food habits switched. Gyms closed. And now when you try to eat less and exercise more, you don't see the results that you want to. Your metabolism has changed, but here is how to get your pre-COVID body back whilst working 60-hour weeks as a busy man without actually training more. You see, since COVID and since lockdown, you've probably tried many diets, many plans, spurts of workouts, and attempted to get in shape a few times since the end of lockdown. But what you previously tried didn't suit a man working as much as you do, and doesn't suit you now your metabolism has shifted since COVID. You see, since COVID, life has shifted, lifestyles have changed, we now work from home, and the period of lockdown caused many men's metabolisms to slow down. And that was due to the lack of movement and diet adjustments. Since then, you've probably tried a method to drop body fat and build muscle that simply doesn't work for guys like you. For example, you might have tried a method that requires a lot of time. PT classes, boot camps, 5-6 day workout splits, hours of cardio, hours of meal prep. Or you tried something that was pretty restrictive and unsustainable. Something like keto, low carb, carnivore diets, intermittent fasting, 20,000 steps a day, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Herbalife, you name it. But this isn't your fault, by the way. Everywhere you look, there is a new fat loss trend out there. Like I said, low carb, keto, Herbalife, Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, carnivore, each one claiming to be the secret to finally getting lean. But let me give you the truth. Most of those methods rely on restriction, unrealistic routines, or unsustainable habits that just don't work for guys like you. They might work for a few weeks, then life gets busy again. Instead of this, I'm going to show you how to drop body fat, build lean muscle, and get in shape with just 3 hours of training per week, all while optimizing your diet around your busy lifestyle. So 3 hours of training per week. How do we still maximize results? You need a plan. You cannot just wing results with your training. So you need a set structure and a routine that you know exactly what you are going into the gym to do. So here is what this plan needs to consist of. 10 to 15 sets on each muscle group per week. Okay, so for example, 10 sets on chest, across 3 sessions is quite simple and easy to get in when broken up. 10 sets on your back, for example, break it up over those 3 days, and it's very easy for you to do. You want to control the negative. And what I mean by this is something that often gets overlooked and is a huge part as to why our members are able to get incredible results with just these 3 days per week. They take the 3 seconds on the eccentric, the negative part of the movement, to increase time under tension. For example, on a press, the press is the positive, okay? Then the slow and controlled eccentric is the negative. You increase your time and attention by taking 3 seconds on those negative parts of the movement, the eccentric part of the movement. Training just isn't about doing junk volume and doing more. It's about quality and intensity. Training intensity means working for 2 to 3 sets on each exercise and working to failure instead of just going through the motions. You see a lot of people 3 sets of 10, 50 kilos for 10, 50 kilos for 10, 50 kilos for 10, and not getting results. Well, why? Because you're just going through the motions. Instead, you want to train with intensity, and your actual 3 sets should look something like 50 kilos for 10. 10 was your absolute limit. You couldn't have done an 11th. So then you go into the next set, 50 kilos for 8, because once you've pushed to 10 in that point of failure, the second set, you're not going to be able to get 10 again because your muscles are fatiguing. So 8 reps there. And then you want to maybe drop the weight a little bit to go and get more reps, so 40 kilos for 12 reps. But that's what an example should look like of 3 sets when you're training with intensity, not just 3 sets of the same weight. Then you want to make sure 5 to 6 exercises per session, 3 compound movements, 2 to 3 isolation movements is going to be perfect. And again, no wasted volume, just training with intensity and training with accuracy. Work hard for 45 minutes, train with intensity, train with accuracy, and make sure you apply progressive overload weekly, and you are going to see results. Now, moving on to nutrition, because yes, having a set game plan with your nutrition is key. However, sometimes life hits you hard and you can't always stick to that plan, and you have to eat a little bit more intuitively. So here's my intuitive eating blueprint. Firstly, anchor every meal with lean protein. Whether you are at a business lunch or grabbing dinner with family, protein is your non-negotiable. It keeps you full, it supports muscle recovery, and has the highest thermic effect of food, which basically means, in simple terms, your body burns more calories digesting it. So your go-to lean protein sources and options when eating out: grilled chicken breast, lean steak, sirloin or fillet, white fish, cod, etc. Then a key tip here is to ask your waiter to have your protein grilled or baked with minimal oil to avoid creamy sauces and breaded options, and that's going to bring calories right down and just make sure we nail that protein. Second tip here is to choose smart carbs and keep them measured. You don't need to avoid carbs. Carbs are not the enemy here. You just need to control them. And at restaurants, choose simple, whole carb sources in moderate portions like steamed rice, sweet potato, quinoa, fruit, for example. And a portion tip here is to visualize 1 cupped hand. That's around 25 grams of carbohydrates. If you stick to 1 to 2 portions, depending on your activity levels that day, for example, if you trained, you've got some expenditure in, feel free to get a couple of portions in. If it's a rest day, maybe 1 portion would be great. 3, load up on low-calorie vegetables. Steamed, grilled, or raw vegetables add volume to your plate and keep hunger low without adding excess calories. So ask for steamed greens, side salad and with dressing on the side, or roasted veggies with minimal oil. And finally, number 4 is to limit liquid calories and high-calorie add-ons. This is where most people unknowingly destroy their progress. So you need to make sure you avoid the sugary drinks, the heavy sauces, the dressings, and the fried extras. So stick to your water, your sparkling water, your zero-calorie drinks like a Diet Coke, Coke Zero, black coffee, black tea, and then ask for those sauces and dressings to be on the side and use sparingly. Now, like we said earlier, since COVID, your metabolism will have adjusted, okay? But by following the above, you will start to speed this metabolism back up and increase your basal metabolic rate. By eating a high-protein diet and building lean muscle, you will build a body that burns more calories at rest, helping you to stay lean for life. So hopefully this video has been useful. And if you're ready to finally shift that stubborn belly fat and build a lean body that you're proud of without restrictive diets, without cutting out carbohydrates, and you want serious results this year, what I've done is I have put a video together on the link below. That video walks you through how to get in shape this year in its entirety with the exact methods that we use with over 700 high-performing men. And you can actually implement things from that video today to start seeing results. So just click that link below. That would take you through to the video. But if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You can head over to my Instagram at Harry Knights Coaching and drop me a message there, because I message a lot of guys in there every day answering questions and offering support. So feel free to message me there, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.